Society brainwashes us, especially women, into thinking that bad relationships, toxic relationships are acceptable, when in fact they're not. And I'm sure a lot of you can recall watching a movie like this. Okay, I remember like when I was younger, right? I watched this movie with Reese Witherspoon when she was like a really young girl, right? And there was what was his name? I think he was like a former boxer. I forgot the name, his name, but he was in that movie basically. Okay, and so she, he ended up falling for her, right? And he ended up being a very dangerous man, right? So like a psychopath. And so he got extremely obsessed with her. She was a virgin. She was very innocent, right? So the movie portrayed like this innocence, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be coming from a woman, right? But in that movie, it was a woman, right? And a lot of movies that you guys can probably remember watching is, you have a man and a woman, right? And it's the woman that's this innocent, almost this angelic creature, right? That ends up being killed or ends up being stalked or obsessed over, right? And eventually, like I said, either killed or ends up in some kind of a danger, right? Because she becomes the target of, her stalker's obsession, right? And so, or there's this, another version is, also it can be like a girl, right? Who is, once again, she's this innocent creature. She's a good girl, basically, right? And, well, I'm not going to put this around her, right? Because she's a good girl. And, but the guy ends up, she ends up falling in love with a bad boy, right? And so that's, and we look at that as this, I don't know, we romanticize this idea. And it almost becomes like, to us, it becomes like, I don't know, something that's to be strived for, something that I wouldn't say we would like to put ourselves in these shoes, but it becomes kind of like I said, it becomes romanticized. When in reality, it's something that's extremely dangerous, something it's dangerous for women, and of course for men too, if they're in this situation too, because the roles can be flipped here too, or the sexes, right? And so it's the guy who maybe is this innocent guy, and maybe it's the girl who's the bad girl that sucks him into her drama, that sucks him into her, cycle of abuse, right? And like I said, it doesn't particularly relate to any particular sex, as it can go both ways. You can be a woman or a man in this situation, and you can end up in this situation. And so that's why this video is for both males and females. Okay, because I really do want to discuss this, because I think, like I said, the movies, they program us, or they brainwash into thinking that this dark versus light, or dark and light dynamic is a healthy one, and it's even romantic, right? When in reality, it's very, very far from it. And it's actually extremely toxic. And that's how trauma bonds are created, okay? In real life, the person that's the innocent one, they don't deserve this kind of suffering. They don't deserve to be in a relationship with someone toxic like that. And yes, it is very true that the dark side, right, the person that is kind of like the predator here, right, which is the dark one, they become overly obsessed, okay, with the one that's more angelic, more innocent in nature, okay? And so they become like the prey, okay? So it becomes it becomes it turns into an unbalanced relationship dynamic. Okay, and it is not a relationship that any of us should want or strive for or even romanticize. It's like I said, it is a very uneven dynamic. It's not healthy. Okay, and Hollywood portrays it as something to be romanticized, when in fact we should all stay as far away from that kind of a relationship dynamic as possible. Okay, we should stay away. And in this video, guys, I will explain to you why. Okay, and I will explain how you can protect yourself from this kind of situation, or this kind of situationship. I wouldn't even call it a relationship or a love relationship, because it's nothing like this. It can never be a love relationship as it's portrayed in the movies, okay? Because the psychopath, the dark triumph personality, right? The narcissist, the psychopath, the sociopath, I don't know, it can be any of those, right? Personalities. They're unable to love. Okay, they're unable to truly emphasize. They're unable to connect with another human being. Okay, so yes, they can become obsessed. Okay, yes, they can become infatuated, and they can lust over the object of their desire. But that's why I'm saying the object of their desire. It's not a human being that they're interested in. They don't view the object of their desire as a human being. They view them as a possession, to be possessed. Okay, they view them as like an object to be controlled, to be dominated, to be under their wing. Okay, and to eventually suck dry, because they spend all of their emotional energy on catering to their false self, to their ego. And so all of that emotional energy is spent on creating that false image and maintaining it, okay? And it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. And so they're going to use the object of their desire as, to suck dry. They will use them as an energy source, okay? And so there's that, right? But anyways, guys, and so if you are this person that has done the healing, if you are this person who is maybe even a people pleaser, if you are this person who is very empathetic, if you are this person who has a lot of compassion, who has a lot of empathy, who is a good source, basically, right? Who gives out compliments freely, right, and from their heart, you're going to be the target for these types of people, okay? Because once again, you are their opposite also, right? And opposites certainly do attract one another, okay? It is a spiritual battle, right? So there's that too, right? And so you will go into if you do decide to go into a relationship like this, then you're really going to compromise yourself, okay? And at the end of the day, guys, what will protect you from relationships like that, and from even stepping into one of those relationships, is actually your self-love, believe it or not, okay? Self-love really is so important, okay? It keeps us, I don't know, and it does. It's like a natural repellent, and it's a natural protection from these vampires, basically, right? Energy vampires that they are like black holes in a sense, okay? Because when you're operating from your ego, right, from your false self, then no amount of validation is going to be enough for you. No matter how much people will give them compliments, right, or the external sources will provide them with compliments, it's never going to be enough. So that's why I'm saying they're like black holes, okay? And so the thing about self-love, right, is that when you do develop that self-love, right, for yourself, is that you learn to validate yourself. You learn to self-validate yourself, and in turn, you no longer need that external validation, right? And so you're going to be weary of people who start love bombing you, right? Which is their thing. This is what they do, right? Because look, guys, they cannot connect on a deeper level, okay? They cannot connect on an emotional level, and so everything will be extremely rushed, okay? So they're going to try to take you, okay, and they will start love bombing you, right? Giving you as many compliments as possible, trying to get you sucked in, right? Trying to get you hooked, trying to create that emotional trauma bond, right? And trauma bond, the reason being is because they're not really bonding to you. They cannot, okay? They're unable to, okay? But you can certainly bond to them, right? And so that's what they're hoping to do. They want to rush things. They want to rush that intimacy. If they're able to, then they're going to try to jump into bed with you. You guys have to remember, okay, that these dark personalities have an extremely low sense of self. They have very fragile egos, and they're very insecure underneath it all, okay? And when a person is very insecure, okay, they tend to, guys, focus on their on the bottom of the pyramid, right? When it applies to like Maslow's pyramid, right, of needs. So they focus on food, they focus on water and sex, okay? And so, guys, these are the things that they're overly focused on. They're not focused on anything that's higher, right? Like self-actualization, right? Or socialization, like being social and building relationships, right? They're not focused on any of that, okay? So they just want you they want to hook you in. They're willing to do whatever it takes to even sleep with you, right? Because to them, guys, also sleeping with you, right, validates them too, okay? So if you're not giving them any of that, if you're not kissing them, if you're not sleeping with them, they're going to become very insecure, okay? Because they get this validation. Like when a person, or a man or a woman, right, sleeps with them, they feel validated, like, okay, someone loves me, someone wants me, right? So this is also, there's that, right? But at the same time, it does also hook you in, okay? They know that sex creates emotional strengths, okay? Sex bonds us, right? And so they might not be able to bond, right? But you can, right? And so that's what they're hoping to do. So anything that feels rushed, right, guys, is a huge mistake. If someone is rushing you into anything, right, then you really, instead of taking a step forward, you should try to take a step back, okay, and really rethink, okay? Don't get rushed into relationships, okay? Especially don't jump into anything sexual, okay? No kissing, no nothing like that, okay? Because like I said, it creates it clouds our judgment, right? Good chemicals get released, right? Endorphins. We start feeling really, really good around this person, right? So they become kind of like our drug in a sense, right? And so this clouds our judgment. We don't notice the red flags that this person has, right? And so that's exactly what like predators are hoping that you would do. And self-love actually prevents you from doing that, because when you do have self-love, you want to get to know someone, because you know your own worth, you know your value, right? You know what you bring to the table, right? And so because you know your own worth and your own value, you don't want to just get with anyone, right? You know that a person who is going to be with you, they're going to become one flash with you. You guys are going to share energy, you're going to share mindsets, right? You're going to ultimately affect one another in a major way, right? And so you're not going to let just about anyone into your energy, right? Into your space, into your heart, right? So you're going to protect it. You're going to kind of place a wall and get to know that other person. And predators, they do not want you to do that, okay? That's why they're going to rush you. That's why, because they know at the end of the day, they know that they're fake. They know that they're bad. They know that they're bad apples. They know that, they manipulate. Okay, psychopaths, for example, right? They know that they manipulate others. They know they cannot connect with others, okay? They know they're a different animal. They know they're the wolf, so there's really no, there's no, it's not like they're not aware of this, basically, so there's that, right? And so, yeah, once again, self-love makes you more intuitive, more in tune with yourself, more in tune with your own needs, with your own emotions, okay? And because of that, you're now in tune with everyone else too, okay? So first, the entire process starts within, right? And so once you're more in tune with yourself, and therefore you're able to give yourself what you need, you're now more in tune with the world that's around you, okay? And so this intuition can save you, okay? For example, if you're dealing with someone that's ingenuine, right, you're going to feel their compliments are ingenuine too, okay? So things that are not coming from the heart that they're doing, you're going to automatically sense it, you're going to feel it, okay? And it's just gonna be another red flag, right? It's just gonna be like, okay, like this person, like, they're just putting on a show. I can see right through this, right? And that's exactly how it's going to be for you, you know? Um, yeah, so like I said, right, self-love requires no validation, okay? Like, you don't need external validation anymore. You can validate yourself. So any compliments, any love bombing that they're going to throw your way, you're gonna see right through it, okay? You're not really looking for that. One compliment is fine, right? But like way too many, you know, it can be gifts too, right? Way too many gifts, way too many compliments. You're gonna see past it, okay? You're looking to get to know the other person. You're looking to see what their traits are, what their qualities are like, right? Do they treat other people well, right? Or is it just a show? Do they treat animals well, right? And the things that you value, basically, right? What's their relationship to God like, right? What's their relationship to themselves like? How are they eating? Are they eating quality foods? Are they always eating junk food? Are they exercising? I don't know. But there are many things, right, that are involved in self-love, okay? But anyways, yes, you also... because when you love yourself also, you're real with yourself, you're honest with yourself, okay? And therefore you're able to see bullshit in other people, okay? So you'll be able to feel it, you'll be able to see it, okay? And so this will be another red flag that will not get you attached too soon to the wrong person, right? And so there's that, right? And of course, all the bombing, all the gifts, right, they're just not going to do anything to you. They're not going to get you attached farther, okay? You will just see that, wait a minute, there's something that's going on. There might be some manipulation that's going on, right? There might be some love bombing that's going on. Why does this person, there's nothing wrong with gift giving, right? Like one maybe, right? But if it's like, if everything is just overly exaggerated and someone is rushing you to do something, right? Then you know that something is going on here. There's manipulation, right? Possibly, right? And so the person is trying to kind of cloud your judgment with all of these material things, right? And this emotional energy, such as, compliments, right? And so you have to look out for that. You have to be on the lookout for that, okay? And self-love will be, like I said, your natural protection, okay? Because when you love yourself, okay, you have the right values, okay? You value the right things, so it will be very hard for a manipulator to come in and manipulate you, because manipulators, like I said, they tend to be very shallow, okay? So their emotions are shallow, okay? That's going to be felt, and also they're going to they're going to be focused on superficial things and giving you that instead of what you truly value, right? And so they're not going to be giving you the right things. If you're in alignment with the right values, then those values are not going to be superficial, okay? And they're ultimately not going to be giving you what you want. Yeah, when maybe you're trying, maybe your goal is to get to know him on a deeper level, right? When instead he's going to be focused on, like, I don't know, sex, right? Taking you out, I don't know, giving you gifts, right? And compliments. But really, you're just trying to get to know him. You want to know what he values. You want to, I don't know, you want to hear about his childhood experiences, right? His family, what he thinks about his family, and so on, right? So it's just deeper things, right? You want to hear what he thinks about you know, the world, and you guys want to have these deep conversations, basically, right? And yeah, and if your values are compromised, right, you're also going to stand up for yourself. Self-love helps you create healthy boundaries and stick to them. Okay, so if your values are going to be compromised, right, by the predator, you're going to stand up for yourself. Okay, and of course the predator will try to violate your boundaries and push them, okay, and push you, and see how much he can get away, or she can get away with, right? And you're not going to let that happen. Okay, so you're going to notice that, and you're going to, you know, speak up and stand up for yourself. And if he or she pushes, then you're just going to walk away, right? Because there were no strings that were created. You're just merely getting to know this person, right? Anyways, guys, but I'm not gonna make this video any longer, okay? I think that's pretty much it, right? And so, once again, don't romanticize this kind of dynamic. It's extremely unhealthy. It's toxic, in fact, okay? Especially for the individual that's more innocent, right? For the individual with a good heart, okay? It's extremely damaging to them. You guys have been in relationships like this, okay? It's a terrible dynamic to be in. And yeah, it's way romanticized in the media, in the movies, you know? And so, and of course it's teaching, you know, people to get into those kinds of relationships and to, like it's okay, right? But when in reality, the girl or the guy in the movie that's innocent, they should learn to love themselves first, okay? And then they will see the snake for what it is. They're gonna see the bad boy, the bad girl for what they are, and be like, okay, peace out, bye. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm not your match, you know? I'm looking for a like-minded individual who's got a good heart, who is healthy, who is happy, and who values internal qualities like, I don't know, giving, right, in every way, courage, fearlessness, bravery, kindness, empathy, honesty, and so on, hard work, right, and things like that, basically, okay, guys? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already.